Hi, my name's Saif and I'm a first year medicine student at the University of Sunderland. So last week we got our results to our first summative exam, which means it's an exam that counts to our end of year mark. In this video I'm going to talk about how I prepped for the exam, how it compared to the previous exam, what my thoughts were when I got my results and how I might prepare for my summer exams, and also thinking about if I'm going to change anything as well. So we got our results back about 4 weeks after we sat our exam, and for our exam the pass mark was about the same as it was for the formative exam, but I'm not entirely sure if the pass mark's based on what we get as a year group or if it's preset. Interestingly, on average, people seem to have done better on this exam compared to the formative exam, even though the formative exam seemed quite a bit easier. That being said, people probably revised a lot more for this summative exam given that it counted. Having got my result, I found that I'm quite happy with what I've got, and I'm also quite happy that my friends have passed as well. With this exam, I found that my strengths were in the SBAs and EMQs, which are the single best answers, and the extended matching questions. With the KFPs, which are key feature problems, I found that I didn't do as good on these as I did on the SBAs and EMQs. That being said, I found that I did better on the KFPs in this exam than I had done in the previous formative exam. Also, it's worth noting that the summative exam was out of 100 marks, and the formative exam was out of 50 marks. The summative exam included units 1 to 4 and also a scholarship unit, whereas the formative exam only included units 1, 2 and 3. When it comes to sitting the exam, it's up to the individual whether or not you want to start on the SBAs and EMQs first or the KFPs. Personally, I start on the KFPs first because it gets the most difficult part out of the way, and then you can just sort of wind off onto the SBAs and the EMQs. In terms of KFP performance, I was relatively happy with my marks on KFP 1, 2 and 4. However, my third KFP, which was on immunology, was the weakest. So for the summer exams, I'm hoping to do a lot more immunology revision. I also found the anatomy quite hard in this exam, and I think quite a lot of the marks that I'd lost were based on anatomy. So that's another thing I want to improve for the summer exams. If I was to describe how I revised this exam, I'd probably just say it's a bit weird, because I don't necessarily make notes. I tend to use the slides given by the lecturers, sort of prioritising bits to sort of memorise. For the summer exams, I'm hoping to be more productive in lectures, and I'm also hoping to make more use out of Anki, and hopefully that will mean that my summer exam marks will be better than my January exam mark. Also, once we'd been given our results, we were expected to upload this onto our e-portfolio and reflect on this. And after that, we had a meeting with our academic tutors where they'd go through reflecting your performance in that exam. So while overall I'm quite happy with my January exam mark, I'm quite stressed about the summer exams that I'll be sitting, partially because I've also got a job at university as well. Also, we've started our scholarship unit, which involves writing a literature review. I've started the initial plans for mine, and I'm hoping to work my way through that as well. So I guess multitasking that alongside these new modules will be quite difficult, but I'll keep you all updated and hopefully I'll see you all next week.